what's going on, guys? Today on TrailRecon, we're out in Ramona, California, and we are taking a look at one seriously modified rig. You guys are gonna really enjoy this one. Hey, Daniel, thanks, buddy, for meeting us out here today.
Thanks for having me.
And taking some time to show us this. This is a really beast of a rig, dude. I love it, man.
Thank you.
What year we got?
It's a 2011. It's a Detonator Yellow. Started life as a just stock Rubicon.
Okay.
And it's evolved into what you see today.
Nice. How long have you had it?
I've had it for about 8 months now.
Okay.
It ended up, I worked out a deal with a guy. I had an old 50s pickup truck that I had restored, and I liked what he had, he liked what I had, and it's just been evolving ever since.
Wow, that's nice. That's wow, what a nice trade, but probably tough to get rid of a nice truck like that too.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, man, let's get into it, dude. What bumper you got on here? You got a nice stinger on here.
So this is the Smittybuilt, the SRC front bumper. It's got the stinger on it. It's it's a little narrowed, so you have extra clearance, and it's been great.
Yeah. Well, you need the clearance for those tires, which we'll get to in a little bit. What winch you got on here?
It's the Warren 9.5 Ti. We got the synthetic rope, and then the Factor55 ProLink.
Okay. Have you used the winch yet?
Fortunately, I haven't.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
Well, no doubt this is the winch you need for this big rig, so
Sure.
Nice. And you've got a lot of lights on here, dude. Talk to us about the lights.
It's rigid all the way. We have everything from the rigid light bar up top to the 4 dualies on the windshield, and then we've got the 2 down here and the 11-inch flood amber light.
The amber light. So the amber light's really nice when you're dusty or foggy, right?
It's been great.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that people really kind of forget, and that's a nice addition. I really like that. And you've got, looks like the JW speaker headlights?
JW speaker headlights, then we got the LED turn signals blacked out.
Okay, cool. And you've got a upgraded hood. What do you got?
Yeah, so it's the Truckmaster vented hood. It's kind of similar to the Avenger hood.
Well, I like it. It's really nice. You got any goodies underneath?
A little bit here and there to get this dog to run a little faster.
Okay,
but
well, let's pop it open and take a look, man.
Okay, great.
All right, Daniel, so it's a little dusty, so that tells us that you're taking this thing off-road, man. Tell us what kind of upgrades you got underneath here.
It's relatively stock. I did the K&N Cold Air Intake, and then it's got the AEV ProCal tuner, which obviously you can't see in here. And then we did the S-Pod, which powers, all the switches for all the lights. And then the only other thing that's probably out of the ordinary is this PSC reservoir for the hydraulic assist steering.
You really need that, huh?
Yes, with these big tires, and especially when you get into some of the more technical rock crawling, it definitely helps to have that extra power to help turn the tire.
Hey, let's take a look at what everybody wants to see, some tires and suspension.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, buddy, the thing that everybody wants to talk about in your Jeep is these 40s, man. Tell us about them. What do we got?
So they're 40 by 13.5-inch wide Nitto trail grapplers. They're mounted on Spyder lock wheels, and they're a true beadlock 17-inch wheel, which has been awesome because you go off-road and you run, I've been running 8-9 pounds of air pressure in there. Yeah, and it just increases the surface area, and with this tread, it just goes anywhere. Yeah,
well, with 40s, you go anywhere anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's the road performance?
It's surprisingly not bad.
Okay.
For a Jeep as it is, the on-road performance is always something that gets put in the back seat.
Yeah.
But it's not super loud. I can still hear the radio, have a nice conversation with my wife, and it feels pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, we need a lot of suspension upgrades to run these tires. What do you got underneath here?
So the list is pretty extensive, but all Teraflex suspension, long flex arm kit, 6.5-inch lift. It's got the larger coils, the Teraflex Hydro bump stops with Walker Evans adjustable shocks, the 2.5s with the external reservoirs. And then from there, it's got the Teraflex quick disconnect sway bar in the front. The rear has the Curry anti-rock sway bar, which you don't disconnect, you just run it all the time.
Okay.
The nice thing about this Teraflex quick disconnect is you just turn the knob, it's disconnected, and allows for all the articulation.
Right, I gotcha. And you've got the Rubicon, so you've got the 44s in here, right?
Yes, sir. So it's got the Dynatrack axle housings.
Okay.
And then the 44 E-lockers.
Okay.
And then reed knuckles, the RCV axles, and coupler.
What gears are you running?
538s.
530, so you need some definite gearing for these bad boys.
Yeah, anything to help this 3.8.
Okay, cool. And you've got the Smittybuilt fenders up here.
Yep.
You got to have that extra clearance, right? So you're not tearing up some fenders.
It's great for the clearance, and then I've also learned that it's great for rock rash, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
When you're on a trail and it gets a little tight. You'll see around the back end of the Jeep, there's definitely been some rubbing, and it hurts a lot less for me
right.
when it hits this as opposed to
yeah.
the actual aluminum.
No, I'm with you. And now rock rails, I got to think, man, when you're sitting up this high, you probably don't scratch these up too much, but what do you got for rock rails?
So it's got the Poison Spyder rock rails. You don't need it as much, but with the long wheelbase,
yeah.
it definitely, there's been some times out in Coral Canyon where I've dragged them.
Okay. Your ride height looks good. How is it down the road? Like, are you floating? Are you pretty tight? How do you feel?
It's pretty tight. The only thing is with that hydraulic assist, it's kind of twitchy.
Okay.
And with the larger tires, but you don't have the, the crazy death wobble
yeah.
that you see a lot. This is not my daily driver.
Sure.
And I'm glad that it's not my daily driver, because the rolling mass of the 40s just kills my gas mileage.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
But it's a blast to drive.
Well, I love the way it looks, dude. Let's go take a look and see what you got on the back.
Cool.
All right, dude. So what do you got for the bumper back here?
So this is the Garvin G2 bumper with tire carrier.
Okay. And now you're not running a 40 on here.
No.
Tell us about that.
So when upgrading from the 37s to the 40s, they're expensive.
Yeah.
And I figured, you know what, if I'm on the trail and I'm going to be aired down with these, I'll put the 37 on, yeah. and it'll be enough to get me off.
37s are still pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. What do you got for the taillights, man? I love those.
So these are the round LED conversions made by Truck Lights.
You've got your high lift, man. Let's take a look and see how that's set up.
So yeah, we can open this up right here.
Okay.
So the nice thing with the Garvin tire carrier, it's got a lot of extra room for attachments. So the 48 is mounted back here, and then I've made a little mount for a buggy whip for going out to Ocotillo or Glamis. And
okay, nice.
Yeah.
And what do you take with you when you're on the trail? What do you got back here?
So depending on how long I'm gone for, it really depends, but this is kind of the standard everyday carry. I have a power tank back here, which is a CO2 tank.
Yeah.
For the tires.
How long does that last you?
So far, this one's lasted me 8 tires.
Okay.
Going from 8 pounds to 30. But I do carry a little compressor just in case, because
sure.
I'm not totally trustworthy of it yet.
But having that CO2, man, filling up those 40s has got to take a long time, so at least that gets you quick.
It's quick.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fill it up with the compressor.
No. So you'd be sitting there all day just...
Yeah. What else you got back here?
Got a little tool bag.
Okay.
And just some odds and ends. Baby wipes for the wife.
Sure, yeah, you got to keep her happy, man.
Exactly.
I'm with you. All right, let's take a look and see what you got inside.
Okay, great.
You have got a 2011, dude, with only 21,000 miles on it, man. This is definitely not your daily driver. What do we got up in here?
So, because it's the Rubicon, it came standard with a lot of the creature comforts. It's got the nav in it. It does have cloth seats,
yeah.
which, as opposed to the leather, I was really excited about, I guess you could say, just because easier to clean, everything like that. It does have the seat heaters, because with the roof off, it tends to get a little chilly.
What about the roll cage? What do we got?
So it's a rock hard 4x4 cage. You'll also see the Spyder shade,
okay,
which goes the full length of the Jeep.
How do you like that?
I love it. It's great because it's awesome. San Diego driving with the soft top down, but that sun just kind of beats on you.
Man, I like these mounts you got on here. Talk to me about the mount and the comms you got.
Yeah, so these are Ram mounts. I fell in love with them when I had them on my Harley, actually. So put your phone on there and you ride all day and there's no concern of them coming off. They're super sturdy. So, and then I have the Midland CB handheld, and it's connected to the Fire Stick, which you saw out back. And
okay. All right, buddy. 5 questions that I ask everybody.
Okay.
What's your favorite mod on the Jeep?
Gosh, it's tough to say. The 40s are super rad. I love them, but I think because I don't want to say I'm lazy, but I like convenience, the Teraflex sway bar disconnect, the quick disconnect. It's one knob and I'm done. No
nice.
Tools needed. It's great.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's next?
Well, kind of like we were talking about before, with these 40s, you need to upgrade some other things.
Yeah.
I think the next step is going to be the Dana Ultimate 60s.
Nice.
Front and rear. I mean, just everything about them is awesome. And then from there, it's going to be the LS conversion.
LS conversion.
Yeah, get a little bit more power and really enjoy the hot rod on and off the street too.
There you go, man. And push these 40s down the road.
Exactly.
Like mad. That'd be awesome. Okay. What's the stickiest situation you've been in this rig?
So I was at Coral Canyon a couple weeks ago, going down Bronco Peak. And there was one spot where you had to kind of traverse along the mountain, and it was off camber. And I'm standing there or sitting in the Jeep, and I'm just looking straight down the hill, and yeah, and it was a little hectic for me.
Yeah, you're sitting up a little higher than the rest of us, so
exactly.
I get it. Awesome.
Exactly.
What's been your favorite trail?
You know, it's kind of hard for me to say because it's all just been throughout San Diego and, you know, Southern California. I haven't really traveled up north.
Yeah.
But I would, you know, there's definitely some on the bucket list.
Yeah. Well, that's my next question.
Okay.
What is on your bucket list?
So I probably, I mean, like everyone says, the Rubicon Trail.
The Rubicon. You know, the Rubicon is just so epic, man. You know what I need to do is we should just get everybody together that done this, and we should just go run the Rubicon together.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we need to do.
Exactly. Man. My wife grew up going there, and so she's, you know, holding it over my head that she's done more off-roading than I have. So.
Oh no. Well,
so now I gotta, you know, we gotta do it.
Now you gotta do it, man.
Yeah.
Well, brother, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For letting us look at your Jeep, dude. It's amazing. I really appreciate you coming out here today. Let's go do some wheeling. I'm looking forward to it. Hey guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is one amazing rig, and you know you gotta love these 40s and all the stuff that it takes. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. We've got a whole series here, so if you wanna check out some more and the ones we're gonna do in the future, go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have you along for the ride. And until next time, we'll see you out on the trail.